Okay, today I want to show you the box I'm making for a Corvette. You'll notice the box has two sectioned off dead chambers, one on each side. Those were needed to get the airspace right for the shallow mount JL. You might be wondering, well, why didn't you just make the box smaller? We needed the box to hold two amplifiers, one on each side. He's only got one for now, but he plans on adding a second amplifier for his mids and highs on this side. So the box needed to be this wide because through the main window you will see the subwoofer angled down right in front of the window. Now I just got through pulling the sub out, and it gives a way better view than when I put them in perpendicular, like you see in most of the boxes, because you see so much more surface area of the back of the subwoofer at the angle instead of just seeing a side profile. You might notice, you might not be able to see it right now, but there's the outline of the Corvette silhouette with Corvette written right beneath it. It was during the design, like in all designs, this back of the box started out with three square windows, three rectangular windows, even a rectangle in the inner chamber. I soon put an arced window in the inner chamber because I knew I'd get more sub view. I'd still be able to get a screw strength by not taking away. I'd have a place to anchor in my screws for the acrylic right here. So that's why the window just wasn't one big square, and it tapers off in an arc, just to give the screws more room to bite into the top of the glass to seal it up. I decided to carry that same arc out to the front, making it a little bit bigger so that you had better angles to view it from everywhere. And the window is raised up 4 inches off the floor because the Corvette has a lip that comes up right behind the back seats that sections off the rear area. So there was no reason to extend the window down beneath the lip. The window would just be covered up. These pieces of glass will be put in from the outside instead of the inside, because I wanted to give the room in between here as much room as possible. Now to mount the amplifiers, he'll want to unscrew his glass so he can get his screwdriver in there to mount it to the back of the inside the amp area there. And then he can just put his glass back on. Since this is not a sealed chamber and it's just cosmetically for looks, that won't be a problem at all, taking the glass back out and just putting it back in again. On the rear side you'll see color changing RGBs. This is the infrared remote that sticks up right in the corner of the glass, so that all he has to do is point the remote at the glass from this side, and it should pick up this little sensor bulb right here to change its colors and to turn it on and off. With all the boxes, even though I put a lot of screws in the windows, it also gets more sealant across the top. The same thing that I use to hold the edge light the glass with. I'll be painting all the interior white, and the rest of it will be bed liner. And when I get further along, we'll add to this video. Okay, I'm showing you, this is the piece that goes, that's the roof piece that covers up the amp area. As you can see, the little where the amps slide in. It's going to be lit with a blue LED strip that will not change colors. I was worried about glass reflections. When you glue your lights on, if you glue them on the surface, you can get away with that sometimes. But if you've got a lot of other glass in your box, you might see those these small LED light bulb reflections in all your windows, and that's not doesn't look very attractive. So what I've done is I've channeled it deep inside this piece. It doesn't compromise its structure, since it's just a cosmetic piece on the outside of the box. So it's channeled deep within in the roof of this piece, so the light should not be able to pick up any of these bulb reflections and distort the view. There's one more strip of blue LEDs. I'll show them to you right there. They run the length of the box. They're pocketed in deep to keep the reflections off the glass. They just stay on blue the entire time to have two different light schemes going on at the same time. Okay, this is the Corvette box finished. You can see it's got two pieces of glass on either side. Amplifiers go behind the glass. When you need to screw your amps in and mount them, you'll just unscrew the glass, and then you'll have access to mounting those. The main window has the Corvette silhouette, and then you can see how the sub lays down real nice behind the glass. Look at the sub on this side. There's a company out there that paints these, so he had this painted white. It really looks good. Just a side view of where he'll slide the amplifiers in. There's the terminals that come out that go to the amplifier, the push buttons. Again, with the sub angled down in front of the glass, you get a complete look at the motor in the basket. Kind of a shot to light off, and we'll see. Trying to get some patterns going here. So there's one. It's fading from blue to a purple, back to a yellowish to a green. The interior is painted white, so the reflections off the LEDs really bounce off everything and enhance the whole entire look.